key. And I think it's important that it's stressed from the beginning. If you're working with an existing congregation and you're trying to transform them, that you're not saying, if you do this for 3 months, loads of people will be, banging at the doors of your church keen to get in or to join. That you're saying it's a long-term process. It's relationship building. You may not see any obvious result for 12 months, for a year, for 18 months. But if you told them that from the beginning, you may get less drop off and less, resistance than if you've given the impression that you've come up with the secret for church growth or whatever, and then they turn around and say, hang on a minute, we put all this time and effort in, and where's the results?
So managing some expectations right from the beginning.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Encouraging patience before it's needed.
And maybe along with that is also having times for people to reflect on the change, because they will not. I think the term that somebody just used. We have a large meeting coming up nationally to talk about some of this work, and as a lead into that, we've all been gathering reflections. And one of the lines that someone said is that this work kind of sneaks up behind you. In other words, you don't think that anything's happening until you actually stop and look around, and then you realize that you are actually viewing things in a much different way and moving in different directions, and you didn't realize it. That in fact your culture is shifting, and so sometimes just stopping to invite people to reflect is a helpful way, right, for that. Those that are impatient, but yeah, it's a long time, and having that long view is helpful. So we regularly quote those, people who say, well, culture change, minimum 10 years, heads up. And in some ways it creates that space that people need to say, all right, it's not happening necessarily the way that I think it should or as quickly as I'd like, but I'm going to trust that since statistically, right, which we love to do, it's going to be 10 years. It's not 10 years yet. We've got time for this to happen. And then I think that, again, a lot of the pieces are actually around managing anxiety, right? Because it's a large part of people's feeling that they're gonna fail in this task.
Mm-hmm.